Hey guys, happy Halloween. I hope you're having fun at this Halloween. So, this one is the video for my submission Enigma machine. Yeah, it's definitely an Enigma to figure out how the hashes are done. So, for this challenge, I'm gonna demonstrate how my REST service is returning back the differences when you send in a JSON with the IDs and the hash values in it. So in order to demo you the functionality, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first prepare the JSON, which is nothing but let me see. Oh, so I have some code that will basically okay. I'm sorry. If I execute it, there you go. That's the JSON, right? So let me copy it, close this, JSON link. There you go. So this is nothing but all the accounts in my org with the values. If you see what values, I'll show you what it is, but all the accounts in my org with the type, billing city, industry, billing postal code, billing state, country, and name. So that's the ID, and this is the hash value, actual value. So let's take this JSON. I just pulled it from the org. I did not make any changes, and I'm using Workbench. Do a post, add it, and this is the endpoint apex rest 1.0 hash, and you do an execute. So let's see. So it did not return anything. So it's an empty array. That means there are no differences in the Salesforce org with what you have sent. So now let me do one thing. Let's take this, paste it over here. So it's R2 holding sync, right? So let's change, maybe type is one of the fields, right? So let's change it to customer direct. Save it. So now when I execute the same request, when I do the same post, it should return me back the R2 holdings. Let's see if it does that. There you go. So it returned back me the list. Basically, this is nothing but the list. So you can see that in this list, it's the ID. So if you see what ID this one is, and that's the R2 holdings. We just changed the type to customer direct. So now you have the difference. So you can also, what you can do is, let me see, this is contact phone, right? So let's build up. You can also include like different types of S objects in the same JSON, and my service would basically return back the differences by looking at the different types of S objects as well. So, and one other important thing that I wanted to show you is the configuration settings. So I have built this custom object called hash maps. So these hash maps will hold the configuration settings for every Salesforce object. I mean, what type of fields that you wanted to compare with. So you have an object name and it has the comma separated fields, type, billing, city, industry. I know that it's highly error prone if you manually enter these values. So what I did was I created a small utility called setConfig that will do it for you. So you can choose the object. So over here, this is the list of all the objects, and it will display all the fields that are in that object that can be accessible. So since I already have defined the hash map for the account object, it is displaying everything. So you can, I'm using, you can add or you can remove if you want to. So, and I'm using the chosen plugin for the jQuery to this and do a save settings, and it's going to basically save the settings. So let's see. There you go. So you added phone and you added the description, so it saved it. So if you even wanted to remove it, you can do the same thing. You can click on this, or if you wanted to add for the new one, maybe let's add for the opportunity. So you can choose the fields what you want: type, amount, name. So it's done. So if you go to the opportunities, that's the hash map. So type, amount, and name. So you don't really have to do the manual work of entering the data. I mean, the service itself is not super complicated because we have already got the sample code for the service from the challenge. So I thought it would be really nice feature to add this functionality to allow you to enter the configurations in a much more intuitive way. Let me show you what the service is doing. So this is the service. This is the example, and there is also a sample JSON, and it has the post method. That's the post method, and I am returning throwing the hash exceptions if there is an exception. And you can also, so I'm using the collections so that I get the, what I do is I sort out the whole JSON array. I put it in a list or in a map based on the object type. So all the IDs for the account are in a different list. All the IDs for the contact are in a different list. And then what I'm doing is I am querying the Salesforce by getting the the configuration values. So for the account, the defined fields are in the configuration or the hash map object, right, record, right? So I'm getting those values and I'm querying the Salesforce. So that's this SOQL. So select. And after I get the values, all I do is I'm just doing a crypto.generate digest using the SHA1 algorithm, and I'm putting it in a map and I'm comparing those values with the values that are inputted to the service and returning back the differences. So that's basically it. I hope it's pretty simple. I hope you like my submission, and just shoot me an email or let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you. You have a nice day. Bye bye.